If you look back here on this channel, every May, sometimes June, I have a video explaining the new ARM cores that are going to be powering mobile devices in the coming year. I've been doing that for a long time, way back to 2019 I think was the first one I did here on this channel. Of course, before that I also did it over on the Android Authority channel. But here we are, May's gone past, June's gone past, we're almost halfway through July and there's no video, no new ARM cores. What's going on? Well, if you want to find out more, please let me explain. So ARM hasn't announced any new mobile ARM cores for 2026 yet. It hasn't happened, there hasn't been an event, no press releases, no blog posts, nothing. However, we do know that ARM will be announcing something. In fact, we know from the speech that was given at Computex that there is a new CPU coming and its code name is Travis. So we're waiting for Travis to be announced. We also know there will be a new GPU called Draga, and we know it will be called the Mali GPU as it has been done in previous years. However, we're not sure really whether this will be a Cortex A CPU as it has been for many years, or a Cortex X CPU as we've had more recently for those really high performance CPU cores. ARM did publish a blog post saying that they're kind of shaking up their naming. So if you remember, Neoverse is the name for ARM cores for the server, and Neoverse is remaining. We've also got Neva, which is going to be the class of CPUs designed specifically for PCs, predominantly laptops at this moment. Of course, nothing to stop also being in desktops. And ARM have said that the ones for mobile are going to be called Lumex. So this may be not a Cortex CPU, Travis may be a Lumex CPU. We will find out because they haven't announced anything yet. So this is just what we know, but it is going to be Lumex. So got Neoverse, Neva and Lumex now for server, PCs and mobile. And also there's not going to be, by the looks of it, the A series and the X series. Looks like they're going to be using words like Ultra and Pro and Nano and Pico. So they're kind of moving in this direction that, you know, everyone's doing, following what I think really Apple kind of did, and then Dell even did it recently with their laptops. And now we kind of get this, you know, in mobile chip names. So, okay, fair enough, as long as we understand what each different CPU core is. So Travis is coming. We know that this is coming. We just haven't had an announcement yet. And it could be a Lumix CPU, and it could have some pros and ultras and nanos kind of stuck onto the naming. But now ARM have also released a blog post talking about their scalable matrix extension, SME. Now, when at Computex they announced there is this Travis CPU, they did put on there that it would have scalable matrix extension SME built into it. Why is that important? Because so much of the workload that happens with AI is about matrix multiplication, matrix manipulation, working with matrices. And of course you can do it in software, and that's absolutely great. GPUs just happen to be very good at doing matrix stuff, but you can take some of that core technology and you can stick it also in the CPU, and then you can get acceleration on the CPU just doing the matrix stuff. In fact, if you remember, I've got a video here about the Apple M4 processor, and I was able to work out that it is in fact an ARM v9 processor because it does actually include scalable matrix extensions inside of the CPU. And in fact, Apple did show that when they announced it, that it's got these ML matrix accelerators built into the CPU. So ARM has announced that coming to Android soon, and they put, just like on iOS at the moment, you're going to get scalable matrix extensions. Version 2, so SME version 2 is going to be in Travis when it is announced. And of course that will be a great boost for on-device machine learning, because you don't have to put it out to the GPU, you don't have to put it out to the NPU, you don't have to do it in software. You can do the matrix multiplication in the CPU using special instructions. So when are we going to hear about Travis? Well, we don't know yet. What we do know is it wasn't in May and in June. We're halfway through July. Now, at the other end of the year, you've got lots of big announcements coming up. So normally MediaTek would announce the Dimensity chip. We've had the 9300, the 9400, whatever is the next Dimensity would come out kind of in October or November. So ARM would probably want to announce before that. So we're now in July and it's got to be before October. So pick a month, August, September, pick a month, and we'll see what happens. But one thing you can guarantee, the moment I have this information, then I will make a video and tell you all about it here on this channel. So until then, do stay tuned, do stick around, because there is more coming, just waiting for the official announcements to be made. Okay, that's it. My name's Gary Sims. This is Gary Explains. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And as I said, if you want to catch these other videos, make sure you stick around by subscribing to the channel. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.